The following is a presentation of the University of Evansville Military History Project. 3 degrees, 1 tour of duty, and work all over the United States. Dr. Guy Banta has seen it all. It's been an amazing journey for a high school kid from Evansville.
Well, in my younger days, just following high school, like unfortunately too many high school kids, didn't know where to go, what to do. The Vietnam War was ongoing at the time. Really wasn't following the course of future that I probably should have as a young man, and was encouraged to think about the military.
Dr. Banta joined the Navy just like his father did before him. He would enlist as a corpsman and was off to Vietnam.
I was in Vietnam really on one tour a year. I was wounded and sent back, and spent the rest of my enlisted days still serving as a corpsman with the Marine Corps after I got out of the hospital. And after my 5th year of total service, I then left and went into reserve so I could go back to college.
After his tour of duty, Dr. Banta returned to the University of Evansville, where he would start a lifelong journey of learning and further service to the military.
Yeah, I graduated with biology and a minor in chemistry, and I went back to active duty, was commissioned in the Medical Service Corps, went into aerospace medicine, went to flight school, became very actively in the operational community of aviation medicine, then into research. And during that time frame, I had gone to graduate school, gotten a master's degree in physiology. And during that time frame, I applied to the Armed Forces School of Medicine for a doctorate and was accepted, and went to Washington, D.C., where that medical school is located. And it is there where I completed my doctorate in medical physiology. And following that, returned to the research community of the Navy, and got very involved with NASA and tri-service, all the military operational medicine that dealt with human performance. Ended up with the command, as I told you, which was a Navy Medical Research Center on the West Coast. During that time frame, I also completed another master's degree in public health and became certified in public health. And so the time I left the military, I'd had a couple, 3 degrees, and was quite interested in aerospace medicine by that time.
Upon their return to civilian life, veterans found acceptance at the University of Evansville.
The atmosphere of what was going on in Vietnam was not well liked throughout the country. Return, you get spit on and foul language, and just we were not well received. Coming to the university, though, I didn't really see that, feel that. There were occasional small protests on campus that had to do with the war and things of this sort, but we as returning vets on campus were really not treated bad at all. In fact, a lot of instructors, were also vets themselves, and we got along quite well. It was a good return to civilian life.
One of Dr. Banta's most notable accomplishments at UE was starting the XGI fraternity with some other veterans.
That first year coming back, that was 1970-71 time frame, and came back to university, taking, I think it was a philosophy course at that time, and sat down, and there was a guy on each side of me that looked more my age, and we started talking, and I can't recall if we had a service ring or something, and said, "Oh, you former military?" And I said, "Yeah, yeah." And comes out John McCulley was sitting on my side, and another gentleman on our side. And John was Marine Corps, I was Navy Marine Corps, and this gentleman was Army Special Forces. So we started talking. Well, there's a lot of veterans here, and we need our own support group. We had one evening a get-together for anybody who might be interested in some sort of organization. And I think it was John brought up, so well, let's start a fraternity. See if the university would accept an external fraternity such as this. And we went through that process of approval. The president at the time was very favorable of it. And so we started the Chi Gamma Iota, the XGI fraternity.
The XGI fraternity served many functions here at UE, but it also helped veterans make a smoother return to civilian life.
We did have a bond there. especially those that had been through Vietnam, been through combat. It's a bond that you don't have to talk about, you know, and so because you know, it's a relationship that quickly ties two together or more, and so that's lifelong. I mean, I have fraternity brothers here that have spread all over the country. They're still here in Evansville, have been brothers my whole life.
Through it all, it's been a rewarding life experience for Dr. Guy Banta.
Honestly, the military turned me around, and when you're in combat, it's a whole different world, and you realize that life means something, and accomplishing where you want to go in your life meant something. So again, I had good guidance, came to university, received good guidance here. The military was something I thoroughly enjoyed, as well as the sciences that allowed me to be involved with. And so that's kind of how I got there, from this high school kid walking the streets of Evansville.